Chaska skate out of the Chaska Community Center tonight under head coach Ryan Ciro, now in his third season behind the bench, looking to build momentum after snapping a tough 14-game skid earlier this stretch. Chaska Hunters play with a 3-19-1 overall record, is still searching for the first conference win, but there may have been some bright spots offensively, led by junior Tyler Ramaka, who places the Hawks with 15 goals, along with Jake Campbell and Sam Swanson providing support up front. In goal, Frank Petz continues to face heavy pressure night after night, seeing more shots than any goalie in the Metro West Conference. Standing across the ice is a familiar conference power in Benilde St. Margaret's, coached by longtime leader Ken Pauley. The Red Knights have controlled this series in recent years, but tonight presents another opportunity for the Hawks to compete, respond, and measure themselves against one of the league's best. Puck drop is coming up after the intros and the national anthem.
Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights. In goal, senior number 35, Henry Sharka.
Starting in goal, number 35, Henry Sharka.
On D, senior number 4, Charlie Moe.
Starting senior Charlie Moe.
On D, senior number 26, Mason Smith.
Senior Mason Smith starting at the opposite side defensively.
Senior number 19, Aaron Hattlestead.
Starting at forward, number 19, Aaron Hattlestead.
At center, senior captain, number 14, Grayson Quirk.
Starting at forward, senior captain Grayson Quirk.
Senior number 25, Mark Walsma.
And starting forward, senior Mark Walsma. And the rest of the Benilde St. Margaret Red Knights.
Grant Holler in his 33rd year, head coached by Ken Pauley. At this time, please stand if you are able, remove your hats, and face the flag for our national anthem. As this is senior night, we have 2 more seniors from the school's Red Knights singing group to perform the anthem. Please welcome Anya Cephala and Kaylin Popogi Taylor.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight were the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, they proved through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, folks. Players will take their respective benches, referees will take their center dot, and we'll be off to playing hockey here in just a moment. Coming in tonight's matchup, Benilde St. Margaret comes off the most recent game against the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks, where they lost 8-5 here at home. The Hawks coming off their own loss at Orono on a wonderful night by Jackson Knight. This should be a good matchup of 2 teams trying to get back into the winning column. Starting for the Hawks in net, Frank Petz. Got sophomore Justin Greathouse. We've got freshman Jackson Giel. We've got sophomore Jake Campbell. We've got junior Tyler Ramaka. We've got senior Bridger Colasar. Grayson Quirk steps into the face-off circle opposite of Jake Campbell. Face-off controlled by the Red Knights as they dump it deep behind the net. Petz continues to be one of the most tested goalies in the Metro West Conference, facing more shots than any other goalie in the conference. He's sure to be tested again tonight, as Benilde is known to put up a lot of shots. The Hawks control the puck in the neutral zone, stolen by Quirk. Quirk turns, races towards the slot, fires, Petz it with a nice glove save. 16:32 remaining here in this first period. Good play by Quirk there to step into the slot and fire off the shot. Quirk comes in as their third leading scorer with 11 goals on the season. Bergen Kopishki steps into the face-off circle opposite of Sam Swanson. Hawks come away with it. Chipped out to the board, shot from the point. Katowski battles along the boards, couldn't quite get it out of the zone. Puck's lifted high and down. This looks like it'll be icing against the Hawks. The Hawks hope to push the Red Knights to the perimeter, forcing long shots, giving Petz an opportunity, making sure he keeps the net clear in front. Kopishki steps in face-off with face-off win, back to the point. Here's Awesome, over to Johnson. Johnson on the far post, steps up, shoots Quirk there for the, Davis there for the shot. Davis is a dangerous player with 18 goals on the season. The senior captain has had a great season so far, being third in the conference for scoring. Charlie Moe steps into the face-off circle opposite of Campbell. Sorry, that was Quirk. Madsen picks up the puck behind the net. Madsen looks to center the puck out front. Quirk fires, good play, defensive effort there by Ramaka. Puck's in the corner, Campbell wraps it on the far side, out of the zone. Quirk broke his stick, so forced him to run to the bench to get a new one. Campbell steps up, loses the puck just inside the blue line. The Red Knights dump it deep. This will be icing with a stoppage in play with 15:31 remaining here in this first period. It's a homecoming of sorts for Donovan Madsen as he played for the Chaska Hawks last year. Tyler Ramaka giving him a friendly pat. Jake Campbell steps into the face-off circle opposite Johnny Raymond. Puck controlled by the Hawks out to Giel. Giel dumps it deep, wraps it around. On the far boards, Campbell tries to get the steal. Kolasar keeps it in temporarily. Charlie Moe picks it up. For the Red Knights, lost in the neutral zone. Campbell dumps it deep. Hawks have to reset. Moe back out to Kopishki. Kopishki up along the boards. Johnny Raymond picks it up. Good defensive effort there by Kolasar to chip the puck loose. Johnson picks up the puck behind the net. Good play by Connors. Campbell sidesteps a check there by Raymond. Kolasar steps up behind his own net, out to Greathouse. Greathouse tries to clear, intercepted here by Kopishki. Ramaka picks it up, dumps it out, tipped off Moe, so this will not be icing. Charcoot back. Here's Palmer behind the net, out to Moe. Moe clears the zone, picked up by Kirshner. Puck's tipped up high off Connor's stick. Good defensive effort there. Picked up high. Petz with the glove save. 14:23 remaining here in this first period. Bergen Kopishki steps into the face-off circle. Opposite of Sam Swanson. Puck's out to the point. Johnson fires it towards the net. Puck's chipped out. Johnson with a good glove save for the Red Hawks to keep it in. Play Kopishki moves it to the middle to Keegan Davis. Couldn't quite connect with him. Davis racing through the center slot. Tried to get the shot off, just was wide. Puck's dumped deep. Montague picks up Davis behind the net. Davis controls, back out to the point. Here's Awesome as he dumps it across to Johnson. Johnson with the puck on net, loose. Petz it with two good saves. Back out to Johnson. Johnson loses it. Red Knights are going to have to clear the zone. They have a reset, dump it in. Montague keeps it from going deep, picks it up, moves it through the neutral zone, gets to the center line. Didn't quite get to the center line. This will be icing on the Hawks. Tyson Herman steps in the faceoff circle opposite of Grayson Quirk. Quirk with a faceoff win, controlled by the Red Knights. Smith out at the point. Works it down to Quirk along the boards, tried to hit Smith moving in from the point. Madsen behind the play, picks up the puck on the far side. Works his way over to Hankey. Hankey moves it back over to Smith. Smith dumps it over to the middle, tried to hit Madsen on the far side. Bouncing puck over Madsen's stick. Hankey fires from the point. Puck's high and wide. Puck's chipped all the way down. This will be icing on the Hawks once again. Hawks are challenged with trying to get some clean breakouts here. "13 minutes remaining here in this first period. 4 shots on net by Benilde. 0 by the Hawks. Quirk steps into the face-off circle. It's controlled. Shot on net there. Quick by Hankey. Saved there by Petz again. Petz doing a fine job trying to minimize any rebounds, giving second opportunities to the Red Knights. Quirk steps into the face-off circle opposite of Campbell. Campbell with the face-off win. Back to Giel. Giel wraps it around over far near side to Ramaka. Ramaka chips it up to Greathouse. Greathouse works to the near side, leaves it for Ramaka. Fires it towards the net. Turned aside by Charcoot. Hankey picks it up behind for the Red Knights. Reverses course. Smith takes a big body check. Over to Heddlestedt. Madsen racing down with Montague. Quirk picks it up. Stolen by Ramaka. Ramaka clears up to Campbell. Campbell with a good play. Quirk takes Campbell off the puck. Puck's left here by Palmer. Palmer works his way over to Madsen. Madsen works his way through the center ice to Heddlestedt. Heddlestedt with a big hit on Montague. Ramaka picks it up, dumps it deep, takes a big hit by Palmer. Charcoot back. Out to Palmer. Palmer across ice. Red Knights clear it. This will be all the way down. This will be icing on the Red Knights at 11:48 remaining here in this first period. Sam Swanson steps in the face-off circle, opposite of Johnny Raymond. Battle along the far boards. Here's Nick Johnson as he picks it up, tries to work his way in. Good play by Jackson Giel. Take Johnson off the puck. Puck's chipped all the way down. Picked up, here's Awesome behind the net. Johnson flips it over. Giel picks it up. Over to Kolesar. Kolesar up to Gutowski. Gutowski tries to tip it in. Far play all the way across the ice. Over to Jack Johnson. Gutowski couldn't quite center it. Kopishki picks it up as he moves back into the corner. Kopishki dodges Sam Swanson, but Swanson continues to be a fly in the ointment. Kolesar comes away with the puck. Kolesar skates it out, dumps it in. Charcoot there to push it aside. The Hawks look to get a line change. Puck's dropped all the way down. This is Montague. Picks it up for the Hawks. Behind the play, can't quite center it. Intercepted there. Puck's picked in the middle. Nick Johnson moves around. Keegan Davis right out front. Good centering pass. Good play there by Montague or Ramaka to intercept. Campbell works his way through, gets a shot on net. Charcoot there with a save. 10:27 remaining here in this first period. Good series here by the Hawks on that play. Managed to break out cleanly. Good possession through the neutral zone. Managed to get the good shot on net. Hawks will need to continue to build on that kind of effort. Kopishki steps in the face-off circle opposite of Jake Campbell. Hawks contain control. From Greathouse, back to Connors. Isn't controlled. Comes all the way down. Red Knights look to center it. Good tip there by Ramaka. Here's Hankey as he works behind his own net. Stops, turns over to Smith. Smith turns, looking for the open player. Red Knights cycle through. Smith works his way up. Tries to work his way up along the boards. This is Keegan Davis. Took a check from behind. Kopishki returned the favor on Montague. This will be icing on the Hawks with 9:53 remaining here in this first period. The longer the Hawks can hold the Red Knights off the scoreboard, they have a better chance as they get better throughout the games historically. Grayson Cork steps in the face-off opposite of Sam Swanson. Puck picked up. Hawks manage to maintain control as they battle between. Sam Swanson picks it up, works his way out. Big hit there by Palmer on Thormasgaard. Madsen looks, tries to work his way through Giel. Giel with a good defensive effort, steers him wide. Madsen maintains control, reverses course. Tries to center it to Quirk, just off the skate of Gutowski. Quirk picks it up on the near side, works his way towards the slot. Looking as he works it around to Mo. Mo tipped off the skates here. Puck's right on the blue line. This will be offsides, delayed offsides by the Red Knights. Giel steps up, tries to connect with Gutowski. It's just out of reach. Charcut back, leaves it for Palmer. Palmer wraps it around for Hattelstadt, kept in by Bardekin. Donovan Madsen picks it up on the near side, tries to sidestep Alex Bardekin. Bardekin managed to steal it temporarily. Mo, offsides, but wasn't called. Linesman wasn't in place to do it. It'll be a stoppage in play with the shot on net. Pet's there for a nice save. Hawks doing a fine job trying to keep the Red Knights on the perimeter. Tyson Herman steps in the face-off circle. Comes away, Hawks come away with the Bardekin, looks, dumps it in. Dumps it on Charcut. Nelson was there. Charcut wisely jumps on the loose puck, creating stoppage in play. 8:38 remaining here in this first period. Shots on net by Benilde St. Margaret, 5. Shots on net by the Chaska Hawks, 1. Cade Callan steps in the face-off circle opposite of Ramaka. Walsma, long pass across ice over to Johnson. Johnson turns, fires it high and wide. Nick Johnson at the point, keeps the puck in. Jack Johnson picks up the puck out to Nick Johnson. Nick Johnson steps in, tries to get the shot off. Great forecheck pressure there by Ramaka, trying to create the turnover. Montague picks it up. Jack Johnson into the corner. Jack Johnson turns and he fires on Petz. Puck's loose. Petz grabs the loose rebound for a stoppage in play with 8:09 remaining. Score tied at 0 apiece. Keegan Davis steps into the face-off circle opposite of Tyson Herman. Kopishki, steps into the face-off circle for the Red Knights. Puck's dumped into the corner. Keegan Davis hustles over, picks up the puck, goes behind the goal line. Tries to check Giel. Giel holds his ground, takes him off the puck. Puck's loose out at the point. Kopishki picks it up. Puck battle along the far boards. Hawks finally managed to maintain it, but they can't get it out of the zone. Davis there with good back check pressure, keeps it in. Kopishki picks it up behind the goal line, behind the Hawks net. Left for Davis. Davis tries to fire it across. It's tipped up high into the netting by Kolasar for a stoppage in play at 7:37 remaining here in this first period. Bergen Kopishki steps into the face-off circle, opposite of Jake Campbell. Puck controlled by the Red Knights out to Smith. Smith fires from the point. Easy point-blank shot there for Petz to make the save. So far, the Hawks defense has done a fine job pushing the play out on the perimeter, creating those open looks by Petz. Kopishki steps in the face-off circle with Campbell. Keegan Davis back up to Smith. Smith tries to sidestep Ramaka. Leaves it for Kopishki. Kopishki has to turn. Looks on the far side. The shot by Smith. Wide. Davis out front. Puck's loose. Connors picks it up for the Hawks. Clears the zone. Puck's dumped back deep. Connors picks it up behind his own net. Wraps it around. Davis there on the far side with the intercept. Kopishki picks it up. Tries to return it back to Davis. Davis picks it up. Maintains control along the perimeter. Right through the slot. Smith turns. Good play by Greathouse there to steal the puck. Hawks manage to clear the zone. Here's Mason Smith as he turns over to Palmer. Palmer works it into the zone. Steps in. Montague holds him wide. As he cuts towards the middle, Petz takes a hard hit to the head. Knocked Petz's helmet right off. Strong move there by Ben Palmer to cut towards the front of the net, but Petz is down. No indication of any call along the way. Coach Ciro's asking what's the play. .6:43 remaining here in the first period. Petz moving slow, still on his belly. It was quite the hard shot as he moved through the crease by Smith, or by Palmer there. Trainer's talking to Petz, trying to assess how he's feeling. Looks like Petz is up. Doesn't appear as if the referees are going to make any call here. Clearly Palmer cut through the crease. Hit Petz hard in the head, spun him sideways. Referees ultimately don't make a call. Petz is back. Hawks maintain control in their defensive zone. Campbell with the clear. Ramaka dumps it deep. Campbell out to the point to Giel. Giel dumps it down behind the Red Knights goal. Madsen tries to clear the zone. Kelisar. Madsen picks it up. Fires. Good save there by Petz. Quirk. Picked up for the Red Knights. He's on the far side. Working around. Works his way to the point. Fires towards the net. Tipped into the corner by Giel. Picked up by Campbell. Campbell avoids the check of Quirk. Moe picks it up on the near side. Kolasar. Good body. Play's picked up. Madsen picks it up on the near side as he turns. Fires. Deflected into the corner by Kolasar. Greathouse picks it up. Can't quite get enough on it. Can't clear the zone. It's dumped deep. Madsen picks it up behind the net as he looks to center the pass. Campbell intercepts. Campbell chips it through the zone, but can't get it deep enough. This will be offsides by the Red Knights, creating a stoppage in play. Kopishki steps into the faceoff circle, opposite of Sam Swanson. Nick Johnson picks up the play over to Keegan Davis. Davis works his way through the neutral zone, dumps it deep on Petz. Kirshner on the far side. Thormasgaard tries to clear Nick Johnson there for the stop. Puck's kicked out of play. Sam Swanson there. He's got Gutowski. Just bouncing puck. He flipped it too high, just out of the reach of Gutowski, creating an icing. 5:03 remaining here in this first period. Kopishki steps into the faceoff circle, opposite of Sam Swanson. Gutowski jumped the faceoff there. We'll have a reset. Bergen Kopishki steps into the faceoff against Sam Swanson. Here they go. Faceoff controlled by the Red Knights, out to Nick Johnson. Nick Johnson works his way across ice. Over to Awesome out to the point. Here's Davis as he works his way in. Puck's bouncing loose in front. Good play by the Hawks to chip it free to avoid that secondary shot. Puck all the way over to Davis. Davis goes back cross ice over to Awesome. Awesome out to Johnson. Johnson can't get it through Gutowski, so puck's loose. Swanson picks it up on the near boards. Kopishki steals, works their way across, kicked in by Awesome. Picks it up in the corner. Back to Davis. Fumbles the puck. Swanson works its way out to Nick Johnson at the point. Nick Johnson for the point, fires. Tyler Ramaka with the deflection. Leaves it for Swanson, but they don't get deep enough out of the zone. Kopishki picks it up, works his way right in through the middle of the quirk. And Davis, good play by Petz there to stop Davis. Puck's fired from the point into the corner. Kopishki. Ramaka on the near boards, picks it up as he looks, fires it across the middle, clears the zone. Here's Mason Smith as he turns over to Nick Johnson, back to Davis. The give and go pass back to Davis. Davis looks, tries to center to the racing Johnson through the middle. Picked up by the Hawks, Campbell, as he works his way down. And he shoots. Great kick save by Charcoot there. Campbell with a really quick shot, got it off, nice play. Smith works his way through the middle, just out of the reach of Jack Johnson. The Red Knights, Jack Johnson takes her, he's got a shot from the point. That's a goal by number 16, Keegan Davis, their top scorer. That's Davis's 19th goal of the season. At 3:14 remaining here in this first period. On the assist by Johnson. Ramaka in the faceoff circle opposite of Johnny Raymond. Puck comes back to Mason Smith. Smith turns up to Kopishki. Kopishki works along in the near boards. Johnny Raymond steps up, fires from the point. Hayden Nelson. This is number 18, Brady Kopishki. His brother Bergen is number 17. Bardeacon steps up, puts it on net. Charcoot there for the save. Stop and play with 2:50 remaining here in this first period. Shots on net for Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights, 14. One shot on net for the Chaska Hawks. That should have been a second shot. Thormasgaard on the far side. Puck stolen by Palmer. Palmer wraps it around. Over to Charlie Moe. Charlie Moe works his way through, loses it through the neutral zone. Swanson there. Dumps it back. Palmer behind the net. Gutowski leaves it for Quirk. Johns Thormasgaard. Picked up left from Madsen on the near side. Madsen works his way into the neutral zone. Looks, tries to step through Montague, loses it. Good play there by Sam Swanson to clear.
Number
Puck's on net.
Assisted by
This will be the third shot on net for the Hawks.
and number 23, Johnny Raymond at 13:46. Davis from Raymond and Hickey at 13:46.
Into the faceoff circle is Bergen Kopishki versus Tyler Ramaka. Kopishki comes away with it, works it over on the far side. Tyler Kirshner, as he works down, leaves it for Kopishki. Kopishki with a fire, but a good deflection shot there by Giel. Kirshner leaves it for Quirk. Or Davis, sorry. Davis with a shot. Tipped right up in front by Kopishki, but tipped wide. Great house, can't quite clear the zone on the far side. Left for Kirshner. Kirshner leaves it for Davis. Kirshner back to the point. Nick Johnson sidesteps, forecheck by Ramaka. Nick Johnson steps into the slot. Kopishki can't get the shot off in time. Giel with a great defensive effort to get a stick on it. Puck's loose in the slot. Here's Greathouse as he works his way into the slot. Leaves it for Ramaka, stolen here by Nick Johnson as he works his way up to Keegan Davis. Davis leaves it for Johnson. Johnson fires. Montague, it has the puck stolen by Davis. Davis has got Johnson in front. Great shave there by Frank Petz with 1:03 remaining on the point-blank shot by Davis. He had Jack Johnson right in front looking for the rebound. But Petz closed down the rebound by grabbing that puck and maintaining control. Jack Johnson steps in the face-off circle opposite of Swanson. Puck's out to the point. Mason Smith for the Red Knights. Fires it on net. Petz with a save. Jack Johnson behind the net. Turns. Play back out to the point. Mason Smith as he works his way across. Fires it towards net. Deflected there by the younger Kopishki. The Hawks clear the zone out to Gutowski. Gutowski in the neutral zone. Tries to work his way around Hankey. Quick shot, just wide. Brady Kopishki into the corner. Puck battle along near boards. They manage to clear the zone. Here's Jack Johnson as he works his way through into the slot. Johnson looks for Hankey. Can't get the shot off, so back to Redmond. Up to Mason Smith. Smith dumps it deep into the corner. The younger Kopishki works his way behind the net. Giel with a good defensive tie-up. Tried centering passes, deflected, bouncing puck. Gutowski flips it down. It's got Bardeacon, but Hawks need a line change. Kopishki dumps it afar on the far side, and that'll be the end of our first period, folks. Solid play here by the Hawks. Or sorry, solid play here by the Red Knights as they had 16 shots on net, scoring on one of those, and the Hawks had 2 shots on net, scoring on none. So as we enter this first intermission, Red Knights with a 1-0 lead. No penalties here in that first period. Bit of a non-call here as they managed to collide with the goalie on a high-velocity play. Referees decided not to call it. Frank Petz, thankfully, was not hurt. Still did a fine job here for the remainder of that first period. With that, we'll be back at the beginning of our second period. Welcome back, everybody, as we get ready for the start of the second period. Benilde has taken the ice. Now we're waiting for the Chaska Hawks. The Red Knights have a 1-0 lead on a goal by Keegan Davis, his 19th of the season, assisted by number 27, Jack Johnson, and number 23, Johnny Raymond. At 3:14 remaining in that first period. They had 16 total shots on net in that first period to the Hawks 4. The Hawks did do a fine job of trying to keep Benilde on the perimeter, making sure that they had no second chance rebounds in front. As for the Hawks, they're going to need to try to generate a little bit easier breakouts and control through the neutral zone as they struggle to maintain control and get the puck deep to create offensive opportunities. As the players take the face-off circle, Tyler Kirshner will take the face-off dot for the Red Knights. Jake Campbell will take the face-off for the Chaska Hawks. Petz has been outstanding so far in net for the Hawks. As on the other side, Henry Shortcut has also played well. Kudos to the Red Knights defense for holding the Hawks on the perimeter also. Campbell, face-off win. Hankey picks it up, dumps it deep, races into the corner, picks up his loose puck. Campbell and Kirshner battle in the corner. Good play by Greathouse. The steal exits the zone, just out of the reach of Ramaka. Puck's tipped up deep, chipped over Hankey's stick right out into the crowd for a stoppage in play. 16:38 remaining here in this second period. Kirshner steps in opposite of Campbell. Face-off win. Nick Johnson back to Bergen Kopishki. Wraps it around to Keegan Davis as he wraps it to the far side over to Hankey. The Red Knights clear the zone, but the Hawks regain control and dump it deep. Picked up by Nick Johnson as he cuts towards the center. Clears the zone. Picked up by Kirshner. Kirshner turns. Leaves it on the wall for Hankey. Out to the point by Nick Johnson. Johnson fires. Petz there for the good glove save. Petz had a clear view. Stepped out high at the top of the crease. Managed to make a nice good glove save. Sam Swanson steps in the face-off circle opposite of Grayson Quirk. Swanson with the face-off win, controlled by Connors. Connors over to Bardeacon, can't quite clear the zone. Good forecheck pressure here by the Red Knights as they continue to make it hard for the Hawks to exit the zone. Puck shot from the point, kept in. Hattelstead works his way down into the corner. Picked up by Swanson. Swanson tries to go cross ice. Puck's deflected up. Madsen there with the body check on Bardeacon. Connors over to Montague. Montague loses. Hattelstead. The Hawks managed to clear the zone, but this will be icing with 15:26 remaining here in the second period. Jack Johnson steps into the face-off circle opposite of Jake Campbell. Campbell the face-off win. The younger Kopishki picks up the puck behind the net. Puck battle in the far corner. Brady Kopishki. Kolasar digs it out. Brady Kopishki picks it up on the far side. Ties up Campbell, but Ramaka clears the zone out to Greathouse. Greathouse works his way. Palmer with a good defensive effort there. Kopishki back to Palmer. Palmer races toward the net, fires. Cross ice. Palmer was looking for the one-pad assist. Campbell dumps it in. Palmer again picks it up. Works his way over to Charlie Moe. Moe works his way up into the Play. Here's Johnny Raymond back up to the point with Mo. Mo fires. Ramaka tips it into the corner. Ramaka fires. They clear the zone. Charlie Mo over to Palmer. Palmer steps up past the red line into the offensive zone. Palmer back to Johnson. Referees are having a hard time maintaining control here. It was offsides, no call. Keegan Davis steps in, works his way, fires it on Petz. Petz there with a nice save. The older Kopishki, Bergen, steps up, moves the puck over to Davis. Davis fires it wide, out to the point, picked up here by Nick Johnson. Kopishki keeps it in. Hankey works his way over. Picked up by Gutowski. Gutowski can't quite get it past Nick Johnson. Nick Johnson works his way in, wraps his way around, up to the front. Kopishki with a shot high up and over the net. Bergen, Kopishki intercepted by Greathouse. We got a 2-on-1, and they dumped it deep instead. Gutowski was racing down on the far side. Might have had an opportunity for a 2-on-1. Keegan Davis picks it up, way offside. Finally, they make the call. It appears the referee's whistles do work. Tyson Herman steps in the face-off circle, opposite of Grayson Quirk. Quirk with a face-off win, back to Awesome. Awesome leaves it for Madsen, dumps it all the way in. This will be icing. .13:09 remaining here in the second period. Benilde with 18 shots on net to Chaska's 2. Actually, sorry, 4. Montague picks it up at the point, fires it towards the net, just wide. Puck's cleared. Connors keeps it from going deep, dumps it back in. Charlie Awesome picks it up behind the net. Yes, folks, that is his name, Charlie Awesome. Smith turns. Cuts through the middle. Puck's lost. Donovan Madsen picks up the puck as he works his way through. This is now going to be a slash on the Hawks. Looks like the referee's whistles do actually work. This penalty will be on Brody Gershesky. For the slash at 12:40 remaining here in this second period. Bergen Kopishki steps into the face-off circle opposite of Jake Campbell. This will be the first power play opportunity for either team. Puck shot from the point. Kopishki just steers it wide. Puck's dumped all the way down. Charcoot there leaves it for Smith. Smith leaves it for Nick Johnson. Johnson works his way up far side. Leaves it for Smith. Back to Kopishki. Works his way over. Here's Davis. Fires on the one-timer. Petz there for the save. Nice play there by Grayson Quirk off the one-timer from Davis. Petz moved his way across the crease very well. 1:27 remains in the Chaska penalty by Brody Gershesky. Tyler Ramaka steps into the face-off circle opposite of Bergen Kopishki. Kopishki with a win, but they clear the zone. This will force the Red Knights to retreat, reset. Puck's left, back up to Smith. Smith on the near side, chips it up to Kopishki. Kopishki fires, good save there by Petz. Puck left out to the point by Davis. Davis fired, puck's tipped in front as they work their way through. Davis works his way across the top of the circle. Down to Quirk. Quirk tries to center Kopishki and he scores. Bergen-Kopischke's 8th goal of the season on the power play. .11:35 remaining here in this second period. Puck works his way across over to Gutowski. Gutowski dumps it around. Connors picks it up on the near side. Out to Bardekin. Bardekin clears the zone. Palmer in retreat for the Red Knights. Gutowski with good forecheck pressure there. Palmer leaves it for Mo. Puck's all the way down. Connors. Puck's chipped loose, dumped deep. Puck's down. Here's Mo. Picks it up behind the play. Over to Johnny Raymond. Raymond loses it to Swanson. Swanson turns, dumps it in. Sharput there. Mo turns, reverses over to Palmer. Palmer over to Madsen. Madsen tries to cut across ice, loses it, dump back deep. Hawks get a line change. Puck's loose in front. Puck's in front! Swanson's loose. Puck's still loose. Turnover right in front. Sam Swanson had 3 whacks at it. Henry Charcot with a great leg save to continue to keep strength on it, to keep him from poking it in. Best chance that the Hawks had. That was a great save there by Charcot, as he had multiple attempts by Swanson there. Campbell steps in the face-off circle. Up to the point by Giel. Giel dumps it down. Intercepted. Charlie Austin picks it up, moves it far side. Here's Callan. Callan works his way out, loses a footing. Falls. Puck still behind him. Kolasar up to the point. Here's Chaska. Tyler Ramaka picks it up. Sidesteps Chaska. He's got a 2-on-1 with Justin Greathouse as he works his way out. Ramaka fires. Good save there by Charcot. Charcot got just enough on it with his stick to knock it wide. Kolasar fans on the shot out to the point. Here's Cade Callan as he works his out, looking for some help. Fires on net. Pets there. Just dumps it. Knocks it over on the near side. Puck's loose. Here's Mason Smith for the Red Knights. Turns. Fires it up ice to Charlie Awesome. Awesome can't contain the pass. Greathouse. Across ice to Campbell. Campbell's got Gutowski. Gutowski fires. Puck's loose and he hits it in. No goal. It was clear. Jake Campbell caught the puck in midair, batted it in with his hand. No goal. 9:21 remaining here with a stoppage in play. Yeah, Campbell was positioned in the right place. Just couldn't quite. Puck bounced high versus staying low. Natural instinct was to grab the puck, and he batted it in. The Hawks. Good forecheck pressure here. Just lost it. Kirshner lines fires. Good save there. And Bardekin almost there with a follow-up. The Hawks really starting to get excited here and starting to put some pressure here. Puck's dumped deep. Nick Johnson picks it up. Fires it high. Montague keeps him from getting deep as he dumps it back down into the zone. Picked up here by Kopischke as he wraps it around. Davis over to Bergen-Kopischke as he works his way over to Kirshner. Kirshner leaves it for Davis. Davis tried to cut toward the middle, but a good play by Swanson to cut him, keep him wide. Good play again by Swanson and Gutowski. Kirshner. Puck's loose up front. Puck clears the zone. This will force the Red Knights to reset. Nick Johnson over to Davis. Davis over to Hankey. Hankey looks, tries to pass Davis. Davis with a centering pass. Good play there by Montague to break up that centering play. Puck's dumped deep. Up to the point. Puck slumps in front. Hankey tipped it high and up and over the net. Hankey picks it up behind the net. Works his way back out. Here's Davis. Davis looks, fires it in, just off Kirshner's skate. Connors picks it up, over to Bardekin. Bardekin controls it, flips it high. Hawks desperately need a line change. Nick Johnson recognizes this, tries to forward up quickly to Hattlestead. Connors is there to pick it up. Nice play by Connors to hustle through. Puck's cleared. Hayden Nelson picks it up in the neutral zone. Tyson Herman behind the net, picks it up for a good play, tries to dump it out front. Puck's loose. Mo tips it back behind the net, controls Hattlestead, works his way over to Quirk. Quirk turns, leaves it for Madsen. Madsen stops on a dime. Puck's out at the point. Palmer fires it in. Puck's pushed aside. Good play by Colasar. Avoid the check by Quirk and Madsen. Battle along the near boards. Puck comes loose, fired on net by Hattlestead, and saved there by Petz. 7:02 remaining here. Benilde St. Margaret, the Red Knights with a 2-0 lead. On a goal by Davis in the first period, his 19th of the season. By Bergen Kopishki is the second goal, his 8th of the season here in this second period. Shots on net, 23 for the Red Knights and 7 for the Hawks. Johnson back to Charlie Awesome. Awesome works his way over to Mason Smith. Mason Smith dumps it deep. Kopishki picks it up behind the net. Back out to Jack Johnson. Johnson maintains control on the wall. Left for Kopishki. Kopishki turns. Colasar pins him. Kopishki comes away with it on the near boards. Back out to the point. Can't connect with Mason Smith. They'll have to reset. Smith through the middle. Here's Bergen Kopishki as he works his way through. Fires on net. Petz there for the save. Petz has been outstanding in net tonight, turning aside 22 of 24 shots. Sam Swanson steps into the face-off circle, opposite of Tyler Kirshner. Connors comes away with it. Davis stands it up in front, shoots it high and up over the net at the bouncing puck. Couldn't quite settle it before he got that shot off. Puck's wrapped all the way around. Davis controls, leaves it for Kopishki. Bergen steps in, he fires on net. Saved there by Petz. Petz has been outstanding, anticipating and positioning in the net. 6:13 remains here in this second period. Davis steps in the face-off circle opposite of Swanson. Puck battle on the near boards. Davis comes away with it as he looks for a centering pass to Kopishki. Kopishki has a direct shot. Puck's chipped up high, and Petz with a great glove save snatches it out of the air on the bouncing puck. Tyler Kirshner steps into the face-off circle opposite of Jake Campbell. Puck controlled by the Red Knights. Kopishki tries to go across ice. It's just outside of the zone. They'll have to reset. Red Knights dump it deep. Colasar picks it up on the far boards. Chips it high. Can't quite clear it up. Bergen Kopishki keeps it in. Over to Keegan Davis as he tries to go across ice back to the center. Puck clears the zone all the way down. It's been a strong stretch here by the Red Knights, putting offensive pressure on the Hawks. Greathouse turns the puck loose. Tyler Ramaka steps up, chips it down. Hankey back for the Red Knights as he wraps it around, leaves it for Bergen Kopishki. Campbell picks it up in the near corner. Campbell looks for some support as he works his way towards the slot, doesn't quite cut in. Good play, finds Greathouse. Greathouse turns, leaves it back for Campbell behind the net. In a battle with Kopishki. Kopishki comes away with it. Good play by Ramaka there. Ramaka just gets a shot up front. Oh, Greathouse had a wonderful pass. Come on, man! You gotta call something, ref! Are we still live? Are we live? Sorry, folks, we're trying to figure out what the penalty situation is here. Got up, took exception to the cross check. The refs did nothing, so scrum took place. We have two players from both teams in the box. We've got Jackson Giel for the Chaska Hawks. We've got Jake Campbell for the Hawks. On the opposite side, we've got number 16, Keegan Davis. And I can't tell who the other player is. As we return back to action. Red Knights pick up the puck. Work their way over. Quirk over to Palmer. Palmer turns. Left for Bardeacon.
Number 11,
Mo.
Margaret. Tyler Kushner has 2 minutes for
Gutowski picks it up, intercepts from Mo.
Jake Campbell for Chaska, 2 minutes
Picks it in.
for roughing. Number 16, Keegan Davis.
Puck's loose in front.
5 minutes for roughing. And number 22 from Chaska, Jackson Giel, 5 minutes for roughing. At 12:01, Kushner, Campbell, 2 minutes.
Quirk works his way through the neutral zone.
Giel, 5 minutes for roughing.
Into the centering. Gutowski tries to clear the zone. Palmer controls over to Quirk. Quirk works his way into the slot, fires high and wide. Quirk fires it up with a second shot. Connors picks it up on the near side. Puck behind the net. Puck's chipped up high into netting for a stoppage in play. Johnny Redmond stands in the face-off circle, opposite of Tyson Herman. Charlie Awesome picks up the puck, fires it from the point. Tyler Ramaka on the far side, chips it up to Greathouse. Great play, knock it out of the air by Mason Smith. Over to Johnson. Johnson with a shot, Petz with a save. 3:29 remains here in this first period. As a recap of the penalties, Giel with a 2-minute, Campbell with a 2-minute roughing penalty. Giel with a 5-minute major. On the opposite side, Keegan Davis with a 5-minute major. And it looks like Hattelstad with a 2-minute minor. Plays loose in the slot. Jack Johnson works his way around. Johnson leaves it for Kopishki. Raymond picks it off the boards, fires it on side of the net. Lucas Greer digs down deep. Greathouse picks it along the boards. Raymond keeps it in. Awesome down in the corner, fires in front. Smith with a shot from the point. The net's knocked off its mooring, so that'll create a stoppage in play at 2:47 here. Mason Gutowski steps into the face-off circle opposite of Cade Callan. Hawks come away with it. They chip the puck all the way down. This will be icing on the Hawks with 2:41 remaining here in this second period. Sam Swanson steps into the face-off circle opposite of Callan. Swanson with the face-off win. Montague wraps it around to Connors. Connors up to Bardeacon. Bardeacon clears the zone. Over to Gutowski. Gutowski tries to get it deep. Kopishki there. Swanson picks it up. Shot fired, tipped up in the slot area. Kopishki picks it up as he turns. Works his way around. Chaska over to Kopishki. Kopishki with a save and he scores. That's Bergen Kopishki's second goal of the game. That's his 9th goal of the season. With 2:18 remaining here in this second period. On the assist from number 43, Emerson Chaska. Quirk steps into the face-off circle, opposite of Campbell. Puck comes loose, Greathouse picks it up in the offensive zone, chips it deep. Ramaka picks it up in the corner. Works his way out to Greer. Greer mishandles the puck. It's loose. Quirk grabs it. Campbell dumps it down. Palmer picks it up on the far side. Turns. Manages to clear the zone as he works it up to Madsen. Madsen cuts across to Heddlestead. Fires and save there by Petz. 1:51 remaining here in this second period. Quirk steps in the face-off circle opposite of Campbell. Quirk works the puck behind the net, out to Madsen. Madsen back to Quirk. Tries to pass to Heddlestead, intercepted by Kolasar. Kolasar intercepts. Battles on the far side. Quirk works his way. Good play there by Campbell. Up to Ramaka. Ramaka's got Greathouse moving down the slot just out of the reach of Greathouse to get the shot off. Reverses it back to Campbell. Campbell in the neutral zone, dumps it deep. This will cause the Hawks to reset with 1:18 remaining. Charcoot controls the puck behind, leaves it. Charlie Moe works his way out of the zone. Campbell intercepts it, keeps it deep. Moe grabs it, brings it into the neutral zone. Steps into the offensive zone. Good play by Campbell to poke this puck away.
1 minute.
Montague tries to get it over to Quirk, intercepts. Campbell picks it up, 52 seconds remaining here in the second period. Madsen, puck's dumped deep. Ramaka picks it up first. Looking for some support, got Campbell in the slot, just working his way down. Bardeacon just coming off the bench. Madsen there with a nice intercept. Keep Bardeacon from getting the shot off. Awesome, up to Quirk. Quirk works his way on the far boards. Fires it high up into the netting for a stoppage in play. .24 seconds remain here in this second period. The Red Knights with a 3-0 lead on 31 shots on net to Chaska's 10. Awesome with the shot from the point, saved by Petz. Puck's loose in front. Picked up on the far side by Jack Johnson as he turns towards the net. Puck's loose in front. Petz there with a save. 12 seconds remain here in this second period. Tyler Kirshner steps into the face-off circle opposite of Campbell. Connors comes away with it, tries to clear it out. Nick Johnson at the point, manages to keep the puck in. Connors clears it, tries to spring Greathouse, couldn't quite do so. Connors works his way all the way over to Campbell. And that'll do it for the end of the second period. The story of that second period is Benilde with 2 goals, both by Bergen Kopishki. He had his 8th and 9th goal of the season. His first one came at 11:35 remaining in the period, and the second one at 2:18. His first goal by Kopishki was a power play opportunity on Gershesky's slashing call, giving the Red Knights a 2-0 lead. Then Kopishki extended that lead 3-0 on the even strength goal on the assist by number 43 Emerson Chaska. Lots of penalties in that period. Gershesky at 12:40 with a slashing. We then had 4 penalties, all coincidental. We had Jackson Giel, the 5-minute major for roughing. We had on the opposite side, we had Aaron Heddlestedt, 5 minutes for roughing. We had Jake Campbell, 2 minutes for cross-check, I guess. And then we had Davis. Davis had the 5-minute major penalty, and Heddlestedt had the 2-minute slashing penalty. As we go into our second intermission, Benilde with a 3-0 lead on 33 shots on net compared to 10. That was 17 shots by the Red Knights in that second period, compared to 6 for the Chaska Hawks. The Hawks will need to continue to try to keep the Red Knights on the perimeter and trying to break out of their zone a little more cleanly, giving them opportunities through the neutral zone and create the turnovers in the defensive zone. The Red Knights have done a fantastic job keeping the Hawks getting from any real secondary scoring opportunities, and they'll look to probably do so here in this third period. With that, we'll see you at the start of our third period. We'll check to see. Welcome back, everybody. As we begin our third period here, Grayson Quirk steps into the face-off circle opposite of Jake Campbell. The Hawks down 3-0 here after the 2 second period goals there by the Red Knights. Mason Smith controls for the Red Knights. Dumps it up. Intercepted by Tyler Ramaka. He's got Greathouse racing down the slot. Puck goes deep as he tries to center it. Quirk there picks it up behind the net. Wraps it over to Awesome up to Hadlesburg. Up to Madsen. Madsen steps into the zone. Should have been offsides. Looks like the refs decided not to call it after they cleared the zone. Madsen dumps it deep. Colasar behind the net. Over to Halstead. The Hawks, Greathouse, picks it up, clears the zone all the way out to Ramaka. Ramaka's got Campbell on the far side. Ramaka fires right into breadbasket. Henry Charcout there with a nice save. It was a nice play by Ramaka. He had Campbell racing down the far side, but a good defensive effort there. Kept him from getting the pass over to him. Swanson over to Kopishki. Kopishki wraps it around on the far side, picked up by Hankey. Hankey loses it, goes all the way down. Keegan Davis picks it up as he works his way on the near boards. Fires it off to Johnson. Johnson shot from the point. Kirshner fires. Petz there for the save. 15:59 remaining here in this third period. Sam Swanson steps in the face-off circle opposite of Keegan Davis. Davis scoring his 19th goal earlier tonight. Put the Red Knights up 1-0 early in the first period. Puck along the far side. Kopishki behind the net to Davis. Davis brings it out to Nick Johnson. Johnson back to Davis. Davis across the slot to Kopishki. Kopishki on the far side to Kirshner. Kirshner gets a shot off. Petz there with a save. Colasar with a nice defensive stick there to take the puck off Hankey's stick. Hawks trying to clear the puck. They bounce it high. This will be offsides by the Red Knights. 15:25 remaining here in this third period. Johnny Raymond steps in the face-off circle opposite of Jake Campbell. Puck battle in the neutral zone up to Ramaka. Ramaka. Checked by Moe. Leaves it for Campbell. Campbell takes a hit there by Raymond. Puck's dumped loose. Johnson loses his footing. This will be icing by the Red Knights. Ramaka steps into the face-off circle opposite of Raymond. Moe wraps his way around. Jack Johnson leaves it. Palmer brings it into the zone. Cleared by the Hawks. Chipped it up. Raymond picks it up behind the play. Works his way over to Moe. Moe works his way back over to Palmer. Good forecheck pressure there by Ramaka. Gets the steal. Leaves it for Campbell. Just out of the reach of Campbell on the back pass. Play along Jack Johnson, works his way down on the far side in a puck battle with Montague. Giel steps up, clears the zone. Bouncing puck. Campbell tries to get it deep. Moe intercepts. Red Knights battle through the neutral zone. Lose it. Montague works his way back to Ramaka. Good play there to see Ramaka wide open. Ramaka dumps it deep. Charcout there, leaves it for Moe. Moe gains speed as he tries to clear the zone. Hadlstedt dumps it all the way deep. Colasar picks it up on the far side. Long outlet pass to Gutowski. Just enough to slow it down. Gutowski there with Madsen. Awesome, works his way through the middle. He's got Quick on one side. As he works his way through, out to Smith at the point. Back to Quick. Quick back out to the point to Smith. Smith works his way over to Awesome. Awesome fires it towards the net, tipped wide. Madsen picks it up behind the net for the Red Knights, dumps it in front. Nobody there. Smith. Mason Smith works his way from the point and brings it into the corner, looks for some support, turns. He's got Hattelstad as he works. Hattelstad put the shot on net, but Pet's there for a nice save. Good puck movement here by the Red Knights. Awesome brings it out, works his way along. Quirk fires. Good block there by Kolesar. Hawks really need a clear of the zone here so they can get a line change. Awesome keeps it working. Fires it towards the net, tipped off. Kolesar chips it into the corner. Finally, the Hawks get it clear. This will result in an icing. This will give the Hawks an opportunity to go ahead and get a fresh line change with 12:52 remaining here in this third period. Tyler Kirshner steps into the face-off circle. Opposite of Jake Campbell for the for the Hawks. Face-off controlled by the Red Knights. Nick Johnson fires it from the point. Stopped in the slot by Montague. Kirshner tries to reverse. Campbell with a good defensive effort. Pushes him wide. Back out to the point. Nick Johnson. Nick Johnson. Good steal here by Ramaka. Ramaka's got, by Greathouse. Greathouse fires. Puck's loose right in front. Ramaka couldn't quite capitalize on the rebound. Johnson works his way down on the far side. He's got Hankey. Hankey with a shot just wide. Davis turns the puck loose. Hawks clear the zone. Campbell works his way up. Nick Johnson steps in. Good play there by Montague to keep the puck from entering the zone. Hankey picks it up in the neutral zone, turns, brings it out. Looks to Davis. Davis leaves it for Kirshner. Kirshner tries to cut towards the net. Good save there by Petz. Davis works his way off the point. Right off, good blocker save again by Petz. Hawks managed to clear the zone. This will result in an icing play with 11:48 remaining here in this third period. 38 shots on net by the Red Knights compared to 10 by the Hawks. Tyson Herman steps in the face-off circle opposite of Cowan. Palmer picks it up at the point, fires it towards the net, bouncing puck. Come on, that's unsportsmanlike conduct. Moe picks it up, dumps it towards the net. Nelson chips it up. Palmer keeps it in. Palmer steps up, fires. Glove save there by Petz. .11:27 remaining. Puck controlled by the Red Knights in their offensive zone. Deakins gets the steal, can't quite clear the zone. Picked up by Swanson. Swanson up to Gutowski. Gutowski dumps it in. Picked up by Palmer. Palmer reverses course. He's got Moe. Charlie Moe works it down on the near side, over the far side. They dump it all the way into the corner. Kolesar in a puck battle in the corner. Picked up, they're able to clear the zone, back in the neutral zone. Here's Smith as he dumps it deep again. Connors, intercepted by Hattelstad. Madsen picks it up behind the play. Madsen reverses course. Works his way to Quirk. Quirk steps in the slot, couldn't get the shot off. Works his way into the corner. Back to Madsen. Madsen tries to get it to the point. Awesome there in the slot, picks it up. Quirk, saucer pass over to Madsen. Madsen works it down to Mason. Mason on the near boards, takes it into the corner. Pinned by Kolesar. Sam Swanson picks it up, but Madsen tries to bring it out to the defenseman. This will be a tripping call on Madsen. With 10:13 remaining here in this third period. This will give the Hawks their first power play opportunity. Sam Swanson steps into the face-off circle opposite of Johnny Raymond. Hawks come away with it. Connors tries to get it towards the net, but deflected. Kopishki brings the puck out. Montague gains control as they try to work through the neutral zone. Montague leaves it for Campbell. Campbell over to Ramaka.
6:47.
Ramaka turns, dumps it deep. Charcoot there, tries to wrap it back around. No defender there to keep it in. Yep, Campbell at the last moment, able to keep it in. Fires it towards the net, puck's loose in front. Red Knights manage to clear, but the Hawks maintain the zone. Puck's chipped down. Tyler Kirshner there on good forecheck pressure. Takes it in. Campbell with the steal. Over to Connors. Connors. Davis managed to get it back in. Tyler Kirshner. This is going to be offsides by the Red Knights with 9:21 remaining here in this third period. 1:08 remaining on the penalty by Madsen. Swanson with the face-off win. Back to Montague. Montague over to Ramaka. Ramaka chips it deep in the zone. Picked up by the play by Mason Smith as he wraps it around. They clear the zone. This will be on net. Petz will steer it aside. Out to Campbell. Campbell cuts through the neutral zone. Fires it on net just wide. Quirk picks it up. Wraps it around on the far side. Montague in a battle with Davis. Montague picks it up. Puck battle ensues. Campbell picks it up, leaves it for Montague. Montague wraps it back around to Campbell. 24 seconds remaining on the Chaska power play. Ramaka dumps it deep into the zone. Puck's flipped high. Davis is offsides, no call. Quirk fires on net, bouncing puck. Davis picks it up in the slot. Swanson enters the zone. Greathouse dumps it deep. Successful penalty kill by the Red Knights. Moe up the boards to Smith. Smith works his way towards the neutral zone. Saucer passes it inside to Johnson. Nice save there by Petz to steer it aside. Hawks clear the zone. This will force a reset. Kolasar battles in the corner. Gershesky picks it up, wraps it around over to Connors. Connors, Nelson loses it to Awesome. Awesome within the neutral zone, steps up. Good stick there by Nelson as he brings it into the zone. Battle by Johnny Raymond. Turns, exits the zone. Good play. Smith leaves it, fires by Hattelstead, saved by Petz. 7:18 remaining here in this third period. Red Knights with a 3-0 lead. Jake Campbell steps into the face-off circle opposite of Cade Callan. Puck controlled. Palmer fires from the point, just wide. Puck's knocked through the crease. The Red Knights maintain control in the offensive zone. They dump it deep. Connors over to Greathouse. Greathouse tries to work his way over to Ramaka. Puck's tip. Turns, fires it into the zone. Awesome. Over to Chaska. Callan picks it up. Play by Ramaka as he works his way on the near board out to Montague. Montague steps in, fires it towards the net. Saved by Charcoot. Puck's chipped deep. Campbell works along the near boards. Just out of the reach of Connors. Can't quite step into the shot, get it off. Puck back to Montague. The Red Knights get a line change. Campbell over to Ramaka. Picked up by Nick Johnson behind the play. Works his way up. Montague with the intercept through the neutral zone by Kopishki. Davis for the Red Knights picks it up, dumps it deep. This will be icing with 6:11 remaining here in this third period. Tyler Kirshner steps into the face-off circle opposite Sam Swanson. Puck controlled by the Red Knights as they try to clear. Kolasar keeps the puck in the zone. Chip just free. Davis picks it up as he works his way around. Looking for some help back to Hankey. Hankey scores. Nice play there by Hankey. Keegan Davis broke down the left side. Saw Hankey trailing behind. Got him the pass and he put it by Petz for the Red Knights 4-0 lead. Quirk works his way into the offensive zone, leaves it for Madsen. Madsen picks it up behind the net. Giel wraps it around, can't quite clear the puck. Here's Mason Smith as he fires it in. Quirk. Nice defensive play there by Kolasar to tip the puck free. Sam Swanson picks it up, dumps it around. Madsen interferes with the referee, but still maintains control. Almost loses it to Gutowski. Good forecheck pressure there by Gutowski.
First varsity goal, number 21, Danny Hankey.
Mason Smith steps up.
Keegan Davis at 10:58.
Ramaka keeps it in the offensive zone. Good play. He's got Greathouse in the center. Couldn't quite connect. Here's Mo as he works his way down on the near boards. Mo steps in the slot, leaves it for Quirk. Quirk leaves it for the defender. No defender there. Paddlestat cuts back, works his way into the slot. Tries to get the shot off. Good defensive play there by Montague to push him wide. Campbell wraps it around the boards. Bouncing puck. Red Knights can't maintain control in their zone. They'll have to reset. Smith works his way across center ice here to Quirk. Quirk works his way in, leaves it for Madsen. Good play by Campbell to steal the puck. Ramaka creates a 2-on-2 as he works his way towards the slot, leaves it over for Greathouse. Good play there by Jack Johnson to go ahead and tip the puck loose. This will be a penalty here on the Hawks. This will be on number 3, Tyler Ramaka. It'll be a tripping call with 4:31 remaining here in this third period. Sam Swanson steps in the face-off circle opposite Bergen Kopishki. Back to the point. Davis fires it from the point, off the crossbar into the netting. This will be the second power play opportunity for the Red Knights. Shot from Davis, sorry. Cuts with a save. Hawks work along the far boards. Swanson manages to get the clear. Davis back at turns. Mason Smith turns, looking for some support through the neutral zone. Fires it up over to Keegan Davis as he works his way across. Greathouse can't clear the zone. Picked up Bergen there. Bergen Kopishki with the shot. Great glove save there by Frank Petz. 3:59 remaining here in this third period. 1:28 remaining in the Ramaka penalty. .46 shots on net by the Red Knights total. 13 here in this third period. Bouncing puck over to Davis. Davis fires on the one-timer wide. Madsen back out to Smith. Smith looks to work its way towards the middle. Quirk. Davis steps it up. Quirk on the near side. Quirk works his way over to Mason Smith. Smith fires it. Petz there with a good glove save. Petz did a fine job moving across the crease, picking up the puck for a good glove save there. 3:41 remaining in the third period. 1:10 remaining in the Chaska penalty. Tyler Kirshner steps into the face-off circle opposite of Campbell. Puck controlled by the Red Knights as they work his way out. Davis with the shot from the point. Puck picked up, dumped into the corner by Johnson. Davis steps up, fires. Petz with the save. Nick Johnson keeps it in. Davis tries to work his way back over to Madsen. Hawks manage to clear the zone. 3:17 remaining, 45 seconds remaining in the Chaska penalty. Nick Johnson looks to set up through the neutral zone. Dumps it deep. Wraps it all the way around to Madsen. Madsen picks it up behind the goal line, behind the Chaska net, looking to center the pass. He's got Davis on the near boards. Davis works his way, dumps it towards the middle. Chip just wide by Quirk. Quirk out to Madsen. Madsen on the near boards. Out to Davis. Davis fires into the corner. Lost. Colasar steps in. Kirshner fires it in front. Nobody there. Greathouse tries to clear it. Nick Johnson keeps it in. Good play by Johnson to keep the puck going. That's the end of the Chaska penalty. Both teams full strength. Madsen loses it. Campbell picks up the puck as he looks to work his way into the zone. He steps up, he fires. Nice save there by Charcoot. Nick Johnson flips it back up. Campbell keeps it in, fires it towards the net, wide. Gutowski with a puck battle along the wall. Red Knights come away with it. Here's Moe. He dumps it deep. 1:58 remaining here in this third period. Montague up to Gutowski. Gutowski along the boards. Clears the zone. Puck controlled by Moe. Dumps it deep. Montague as he works his way down with Brady Kopishki. Hawks manage to clear the zone with 1:35 remaining. Puck's wrapped around. Picked up. Brady Kopishki out to Moe. Moe turns. Fans on the shot. Puck's left there in the slot by Palmer. Pet's there for the save with 1:19 remaining here in the third period. Johnny Raymond steps into the face-off circle opposite of Tyson Herman. Red Knights with a 4-0 lead. Puck's picked up, brought out front. Moe steps up. Palmer tries to fire from the point. Fans on the shot. Sends it wide. Puck down low. Giel up to Nelson. They clear the zone. Palmer back in retreat. Gershesky with good forecheck pressure. Almost got the turnover there. Johnson works his way towards the front. Colasar picks it up. Nelson dumps it deep. Takes a big hit by Brady Kopishki. Gershesky turns, tries to center it. Tyson Herman right out front, waiting for the pass. Just couldn't quite connect on the pass. 35 seconds remain. Jackson Giel scores from the point. With 31 seconds remaining, Tyson Herman with a nice shot from the point. Chaska gets on the board. I believe that's Herman's first goal of the season. Bringing the score 4-1 with the Red Knights. Breaking the shutout of Henry Charcoot. He's played well all night. Turned away 13 of 14 shots. Pet's on the other side. He's turned away 45 of 49 shots. Walsma brings the puck in, 26 seconds remaining. Callan with the shot from the point. Campbell, Callan tie up behind the net. Campbell comes away with it, tries to clear the zone. Stepped up, Smith fires from the point wide. Callan behind the net, works his way out towards the front. All the way across to Mason Smith. Smith looks to try to hit Callan back. Callan with the shot on net. Saved there by Betts. 5 seconds remain. Okay. Yeah. Montague picks up the puck. 2 seconds remain. Puck's wrapped around. That'll do it, folks. Final score here at the St. St. Louis Park Arena. Benilde St. Mary's. Red Knights with a score of 4. Chaska Hawks with a score of 1. In that third period, 2 goals were scored. First goal was scored by number 21, Danny Hankey. That's his first goal of the season. Then Tyson Herman followed that up late in the period with 30 seconds remaining to give the Hawks and break the shutout by the Red Knights. Tyson Herman with his first goal of the season. In that third period, we had 2 penalties, one by Donovan Madison at 10:13 for tripping, and one by Tyler Ramaka at 4:31 for tripping. Neither resulted in any power play goals, so both successful kills. Shots on net, final total 52 for the Red Knights. 50 for the Red Knights. They had 17 in that third period. For the Hawks, they had 16, giving them 6 in that third period. Good defensive battle here by the Hawks to maintain only a 4-1 lead after the end of it. And that'll do it, folks, as we finish up. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.